How's it going, guys? This is James, and welcome back to the channel, Make Money Trucking. I hope you guys are all having a great day. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about there's a huge lack of drivers and a huge shortage of drivers across the country. And I just want to give my 2 cents or my opinion on why this may be. And like I said, this is just my opinion. Hopefully it doesn't offend anybody, but it might, so I don't really care. So let's get into it. So I think number one, a big reason why there's such a shortage of drivers, CDL Class A and Class B drivers, is that I was looking at some statistics, and over 10% of the workforce is 65 years of age or older. So I think one of the reasons is a lot of these older drivers out there are looking to retire. So yeah, 10% of the current driving workforce is 65 years of age or older. And then from 55 to 65, which is the age where a lot of people you know, seriously start thinking about retiring or cutting back on, you know, driving a truck, maybe getting a different type of job. There's about 20% of the workforce that are 55 to 65, and then 10% that are 65 or older. So this is gonna lead to even further future shortages due to that factor, that 30% of the workforce is either supposed to be retired or is semi-retired or is going to be thinking about retiring. And I think another reason why it's so hard to find drivers to, you know, compensate for the shortage across the country. Another reason is I think that the medical marijuana, you know, legalizing that, you know, I'm from Colorado, so obviously it's legal here. I think that plays a huge factor. You know, whether you're against it or for it, I don't really have a stance on it. But you know, you can't smoke weed and then drive a truck, because if you get a random, you'll fail that drug test. And you know, it's not like alcohol where you can drink, you know, a day before you, and then you can go and drive and you're fine. So I think another thing is, you know, the medical marijuana is definitely a huge factor. And I personally know a lot of people that would want to have a good job or a good career, and some of these people are close friends or family members, and I asked them, hey, why don't you get your CDL, why don't you become a driver? And they just can't stop smoking weed. I mean, that's just, it's, you know, that's just the straight, you know, and narrow truth about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, that's just the thing, that they can't stop smoking. So you know, obviously they can't have a CDL, because the first time a random came around, they would be, you know, they would have serious ramifications due to that. So that's one of the reasons. I think that's gonna get worse and worse as more states legalize it. Like I said, I'm not against weed, I'm not for weed. I really don't have a stance on it. You know, it is what it is. You know, I don't do it because, you know, I am a professional driver, so I don't want to ruin my livelihood. And number three, another reason why there's such a shortage of drivers is I don't think that a lot of the younger guys and gals out there, the younger generations, I think they've got this, they just don't want to work, which is a common problem. And that's not just with the younger generation, that's with everybody. Not everybody, but there's a lot of ranges of age groups out there that don't want to work. There's guys that are older than me that I know that don't want to work anymore, and then there's people that are way younger than me. So aside from not wanting to work, you know, and have, you know, the government, you know, pay their bills, or having their mommy and daddy still pay their bills. I think another thing is they've got this illusion that they want to go work in this office job and sit at a desk all day and have this really plush, nice, you know, and then play on a computer and make $80,000 to $100,000 a year. I think that's a common, you know, misconception about a bunch of younger people nowadays. They think that they're going to get, you know, that type of job, like an office style job where they just get to sit around on a computer, you know, pretty much goofing off, and they're going to make $80,000 to $100,000. So I think that's another reason. And also, so the fourth reason would be, which it's not very prevalent, this is not always the case, but a lot of the driving is over the road or regional. I think a lot of people can't, you know, go over the road to drive a truck. I'm fortunate, I'm a local guy, and if I really had to, I would be more regional, so I'd still be, you know, home, you know, 2, 3, 4 days out of the week, or I would just relocate to a different state that has the kind of work that I do in it. So I think that's another problem, is guys just, they're not able to be away from the house for long periods of time, you know, a week at a time, or, you know, 5 days at a time, and come back, you know, in 2 days. So I think that's another reason for it, is it's hard for, especially a lot of these younger guys or girls out there. They might have just started a family, so, you know, they need them to be home, and that's understandable, but that's definitely something that's a problem. All right, so I think probably the fifth reason is, you know, people's driving records, and maybe some criminal history is still, you know, creeping back up on them and haunting them from the past. I think that's another reason why you've got such, you know, lack of drivers across the country, because obviously you have to have, you know, a half decent driving record to get a driving job. As far as insurance concerned, I made a video about that. Why is your driving record so important when becoming a truck driver? I'll put a link down below to that. And yeah, you know, guys, leave a comment below on some reasons why you think there's such a shortage in the trucking industry for drivers. I'd like to hear from you guys, you know, get your thoughts. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you enjoyed this, and have a great day, and I will see you guys on the next one.